What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Raven's Reviews, and today we're reviewing a game called AK-XOLOTL. Now, the last time I reviewed a roguelike like this, it did really well, so I'm interested to see what you guys think of this one as well. Now, for those of you that don't know AK-XOLOTL, you play as, strangely, an axolotl, and in this game you are equipped with weapons to hunt down other animals because somebody stole your food. And an axolotl that's hungry apparently is very pissed off. Now, all of this gameplay is from the very start of the game, so everything that you see here I will explain in a bit more detail. So like you saw there, that was the firing range. The middle bit there with the floating AK is where you slowly unlock more and more weapons, different types of weapons. You have access to melee weapons, which can slice through bullets and completely obliterate them so they can no longer hit you. You have your classic AKs, snipers, pistols, shotguns, laser weapons, as well as explosives. I believe that is all the weapon types that I've covered. So in AK-XOLOTL, the roguelike is slightly different, just like every other roguelike. In AK-XOLOTL, you can find baby axolotls, and in finding the baby axolotls, you can then raise them by nurturing them, and when doing so, you can then teach them, or feed them, shall I say, into certain classes. Now, personally, I haven't tried all of the classes out. I have tried a mixture of the few, because you feed them a main course and a dessert. The main course being its main class, whether that being that you can now heal once your ability bar is full, which you can see in the top left of the screen, or being able to create a clone of yourself, being able to have a 50% chance to wipe out everybody else on the field, but then a 50% chance to survive afterwards. And such abilities like this, and like being immune for a certain amount of time. So there is a payoff, I would say, compared to other abilities. Personally, I like the healing ability. There isn't a sort of a trade-off for the healing ability. It's just you deal damage to the enemies, you slowly charge up your bar, and it means that mid-fight, or if you're going into a boss fight in the room before and you've lost a bit of health, you can recover that. You can recover 1 health and go into that fight with a bit more resistance in case you get hit. So just like every other roguelike, if you get hit once, you lose a health bar. You've got your dodging mechanics, which means you can dodge through bullets, over bullets, over terrain like holes and stuff that are in the maps. And everything's procedurally generated, so you're never going to run into the room the same. However, some of them do look very similar. So like I was saying with AK-XOLOTL, you feed them their main meal, and that's like their main quest or their main ability. And then you feed them a dessert. So the dessert would then be, I might have got this the wrong way around actually, but the dessert is then what sort of body they have. So that could be that they are a slippery axolotl, which means they're faster but they have less health, or they could be a chunky axolotl, which means they have more health and shield, but then their payoff to that is that they are slower. And just like in every other game, in AK-XOLOTL you can build your own class to the way of your liking, and you can use the weapons that you like. You can also feed an AK-XOLOTL 8 cookies, which you pick up on your runs, and then you can make them dedicated to one type of weapon. Now, you don't have to use that one type of weapon most of the time. You can, it just means that you deal 10% more increased damage, and you also will have a more frequent drop of that type of weapon. Now, I've used all the weapons in the game. I don't like the melee personally. I prefer the AK. and it's what I've used from the start. The snipers are good, but they're a bit too slow for a fire rate, especially when you're getting mobbed with a lot of enemies. Explosives don't seem to have that long of a range or freedom between how far you can throw it. It seems to be fixed. So the AK, there's different types of AKs, or assault rifles I should say, around the game. And you'll see in the background here, this is what I mean by nurturing an axolotl. You've got a baby axolotl, and there's different little things like this, like patting them for burps, or putting a diaper on them, or stuff like that. And it was just cute. It was a nice little thing I didn't really expect. And later on in the game, you can also harvest their nurture, take away their hearts, and sell them to this creepy little crow for more upgrades, like putting health rooms in your runs on certain stages, as well as the magnetism for how quickly you grab the in-game currency on your runs, how frequently the higher rarity weapons drop. Now you have your basic weapon and your weapon that you can carry in a run. The weapon you carry in a run doesn't reload. That's it. Once you've used up all of its ammo, that's it. It disappears, and you have to pick up another one. The only exception to this is if you make an axolotl with a multi-class. That means that they can carry up to 2 weapons, as well as their weapon that you start off with in the run. So like that would be your white weapon if you look at the bottom right of the screen. I absolutely love Axolotl. All of its nods to other games, like they've got a Doom shotgun, they've got a Teary Eyes head from oh god, what's that game now? I can't remember. The Binding of Isaac, yeah. So they've got that. They've also got other little subtle nods to other games as well, and it's all amazing, and I love it. And it was just nice. Even the achievements. There is an achievement where the picture of the achievement is Rick Astley. You get Rick rolled, and the achievement is for rolling a certain amount of times. Honestly, I've had so much fun playing this. You get used to the enemies as well. You get used to what is good, what is bad, what weapons you like the most and you're accustomed to. You can pick up little items like you just saw me do there. You're probably wondering what all of the items are on the right hand side. Those are the ingredients that you collect on runs to craft the stuff for your new axolotl babies or teens or whatever stage they're at before you make them adults when you feed them. You've also got your classic multiplier in the top right for a score, if you're going for a score run or something like that. I haven't actually managed to beat this game. I've got to the final boss twice, and I always get fucked over by a second stage. I will tell you that there's a second stage, just as a review. I am going to have spoilers in it. But every other boss is still challenging, but once you get around them and you've run into them a couple times, you understand when you need to roll, when you don't need to move, where you need to move to avoid certain things, etc, etc. Just like every other roguelike. But guys, if you haven't picked up this game already, I highly suggest that you go and get it. So I actually managed to get this as soon as it come out, and just like everybody else, I had so much fun with this game. I have put a couple of little posts about it up on my Twitter where I've done things in the game, and it's just amazing. So this game obviously is available on Steam as well, on Xbox I believe, and on PlayStation. I believe it's around £20-ish UK. I'm not sure what it would be on in American, but yeah, on Steam it's £15. On PlayStation I think it's a little bit more. But guys, if you can pick this up and you enjoy roguelikes and you enjoy little nods to other games, bit of a comedy in there as well, I highly suggest it. But thank you guys for sticking around. Let me know in the comments below if you've played this game, what you think of it, and how far you've got. Any tips for me to beat this final boss, because it is driving me absolutely insane. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, hit that notification icon so you know when all of my videos go live. And if there's another game that you want me to review, whether it be a roguelike, if it's on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, I don't care. Put it down and I'll see what I can do for you guys, because at the end of the day, I'm here to service you guys. So if you want to see reviews or gameplays or series of a certain game, let me know. All of my socials are in my description. That's basically it, guys. Like I said, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you all have a blessed day. And hopefully, I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.